perhaps the most important sense we don't have is the ability to see outside of the spectrum of visible light. You know visible light, Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. It's a Biv there, B-I-V. Now, where'd the indigo come from? Isaac Newton, who first labeled the colors of the spectrum, had this mystical fascination with the numeral 7, the number 7. And so when he went to label the colors of the spectrum and got 6, he said, we need 7 somewhere in there. So there's indigo. You got it. We're stuck with indigo. Now, if you have enough precision to put in indigo, there are 10 other colors we could have given you in this full continuum of spectral light. Any color-sensitive people could rattle off 30 colors in there. But no, we got 7, and Roy G. Biv was born. Okay. If you go beyond the V, you get what? Ultraviolet. We have no way to detect ultraviolet. Actually, that's not completely true. You can detect it in a time delay sense. Okay? So, depending on what shade of skin color you have, you go out to the beach and lay under the sun. If you are not protected, you're laying there, that's fine, and then how many hours later you look like a lobster? Okay, so there's a delay there. It's the ultraviolet that made you look like a lobster, but you didn't know it at the time. At the time. So by the time you figured it out, it was too late. Let's go to the other side of red. You get infrared. Can't see that either. We do have infrared sensors. We sense infrared in the form of heat. That's what we call heat when we feel infrared. But beyond infrared, there's microwaves. We have no microwave detectors. Well, now we do because we all carry around cell phones. These are microwave detectors. But if our eyes were sensitive to microwaves, tune in the microwaves, all your cell phones would be ablaze with light. Okay? We'd all be walking down the street, and you'd know who had a phone call and who didn't. Okay? If we had microwave detectors, the microwave towers would be ablaze in broad daylight and in the middle of the night. We have no such detectors. Radio waves, we can't detect radio waves. X-rays, gamma rays. This is the full sweep of the electromagnetic spectrum. And in astrophysics, we have telescopes and detectors in each one of these bands, far beyond what your naked eye can detect. And so every night of every day, the astrophysicist is invoking a full suite of senses that brings us that much closer to the universe. Because if you only observe the night sky with a visible light telescope, expressions of our own eyeballs, you'd be missing what black holes are doing in their environment. They're flaying stars, the outer gas layers of stars, as it spirals and descends down to this abyss. It radiates ultraviolet and X-rays. So the first X-ray telescope, the first thing it discovered in the universe was a black hole candidate. SCO-X1, Scorpius X1. Then there was another one in the constellation Cygnus, called Cygnus X1. These were sources of X-rays we were previously blind to. Turns out, black hole, right there. Black hole. So you can't claim to know the universe unless you look in as many different ways and invoke as many different senses as you possibly can.